I have been super excited to record this video for a while, since basically like start of December last year. And finally it's come around to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am really happy to say that I've been working with A-Leads for a little while now in a testing sort of capacity. Now, to tell you a little bit about A-Leads, let's talk about Apollo. Like, I love Apollo. I've used Apollo for years. I think their filters, the UI, everything is brilliant. But we all know the poor data quality. We know that even if it says, these 500 emails are verified, we know potentially half of them are not going to be verified. And unfortunately, there are still many people, many sales team, many people that are not knowledgeable in this space that send emails to those verified emails and see huge bounce rates, who see their email addresses get blacklisted. And then they're like, oh yeah, cold email is dead. Oh, cold email doesn't work. Well, of course it is. If you don't use the right tools, if you're not listening to the advice, you're not working with specialists in this area, yes, it's not going to work. So what is the answer? Usually with Apollo, you're then potentially using something like Apify, which is, I think, $1 per 1,000 that you can export, and then you're running it through waterfall enrichment, and then you're potentially using something like Scrubby, and it's a long process, right? And for people who are in this space, okay, we know what we're doing. We've built automation, we've built systems, we do it day in, day out, and that's fine. But A-Leads solves the major issue, whereby they've created a super simple, straightforward UX platform, very much like Apollo. And I'll run you through it now. But what they're doing, and I think they sort of show you on their website, they're actually giving you the most up-to-date leads that are coming through. They have got their own database. They are going through other partner databases they've got, and they are then finding the email addresses and contact details. They're going to, I think, in the next 2 weeks, they're bringing mobile phones as well, mobile numbers. And it is real time. It is the most up to date, and they are also offering catch-all verification all in one platform. So for me, this is like the new Apollo. I've actually started transitioning more and more from Apollo to A-Leads. So when it comes to search, you can do overview, you can do company specific details, you've got company financials. These three, I believe, are coming out in the next 2 weeks. And as with anything, you're only paying for the email addresses that are being found, which is also brilliant as well. Like, right, you're not going to, you're not wasting unnecessary credits or whatsoever. So let's say I'm going to go for founder. Let me just put founder actually, and let's just say they've got over 200 million, to over 250 million contacts, I believe. You might have seen on the previous screen, it did show us 165, 170 million. That's because they update on a regular basis. So it's going through an update process at the moment. But since seeing what the guys have done, the development team are saying, from where I've seen the product in, as I said, in December to now, like the feedback they've taken on and the fact that they've implemented it has been so great. I'm really excited to see what these guys do. So yeah, this, you can obviously put all this sort of information here under company, as you would expect. If it's specific company, if there's specific keywords, headquarter location, obviously. They've got industries, which, very similar to some of the other platforms that you might be aware of, but they are currently doing an experimentation on sort of industries 2.0 as well. So this is where you can actually go into like you can do SaaS, you can do, apps, you can go into like really specific areas. So this is something that they're actually building out in real time. So that's really exciting. And as obviously company financials as well, which is cool. But what's brilliant about here is if you then go and access email, they're actually going out in real time to find the email, they're verifying it, and you're getting it. And then that email now will live in your account for 60 days. So it's not like you're going to, repay again. If I'm doing this for one client, I'm doing for another client, I'm not going to be paying it over again. It saves it for 60 days. Or if they find that actually email has changed, it'll update in real time as well. So the fact that they're doing all of that in that sort of time is great. And one final thing I must say as well is, like, I tested this. So what I did is I took a random list, and I let's say I got a 60 or 70% find via A-Leads. If there were any emails that I couldn't find, I then tested it alongside 4 other major providers. I'm not going to say any names, but you probably can guess who they are. And actually, none of the other 4 were able to find any of the ones that A-Lead wasn't able to find. So for me, it suggests that I could potentially just use, or as I am, I could potentially just use the emails from A-Lead. So what does this mean for you? If you've got your segmentation right, you've got good copy that you've syntaxed, etc., you could technically take your data from A-Leads and then push it straight into your Instant Lead or your Smart Lead and run campaigns that way. Obviously, if you want to push it into Clio, Persona and do further enrichment, you can, but the fact that you don't have to do that because of the verification that you might be using those platform waterfall enrichment, A-Leads actually covers all of that for you. And finally, in terms of the costings, I think it's very, very reasonable. Starts at $49 per month. Even their pro, like if you were to use, like I said before, Appify $1 per 1,000, and then you're putting it into a tool that you're paying for, and then waterfall enrichment, you're taking credits, or you're paying for another subscription and then potentially scrubbing on top. It takes time, and time equals money, whereas this is all done in one, which is great. And I believe right at the moment, if you go onto their website, I'll put a link in the comments, but it's pretty easy, a-leads.co. You can actually get 50 emails free, and I believe that's on a monthly basis as well. So sign up, it's free. No harm. Give it a go. See what you think of the UX. So the next 2 weeks they're bringing out some more filters as well. And as I said, these guys are going to be big in 2025. So hope this helps.